Could one of Hollywood's most fearless comedians have just blown the lid off an industry plot against Wendy Williams? Rumors are swirling that Katt Williams dropped a bombshell while chatting with Theo, hinting that there's more to Wendy's downward spiral than meets the eye. After reigning as daytime TV's boldest voice, Wendy now finds herself under a restrictive guardianship, fighting for control over her own finances and daily life. Some say the relentless pressure of show business finally caught up with her, but others insist powerful insiders are pulling the strings. Was Wendy's candid style and no-holds-barred commentary her ultimate undoing? Let's dig into the clues that might explain why this talk show legend is suddenly facing the fight of her life. Her fans want answers, especially now that she has spoken out, saying she doesn't know where large sums of her money have gone and that she feels completely isolated. If there's more to this saga, if Wendy is truly being destroyed by the industry, as some insiders claim, what does that say about the system that once propelled her to stardom? Hashtag the rise of Wendy Williams. A media trailblazer before Wendy Williams became a fixture on television, she was already a force in radio, known for her candid takes on celebrity gossip and an unfiltered style that some found brash. Wendy built a loyal following of listeners who loved how she said what most people only dared to think. She was a master of the microphone, commanding morning and afternoon radio slots with the same unstoppable energy that would later define her television career. Her big break into daytime TV came when network executives recognized the public's appetite for her blunt, tell-it-like-it-is commentary. The Wendy Williams Show debuted amid both fanfare and skepticism. Critics wondered if an edgy radio personality could successfully pivot to a televised format aimed at a broader audience. Yet Wendy shattered expectations. Fans adored her signature "how you doin'" catchphrase and the famous purple chair she used as her throne for dishing daily hot topics. With each new episode, she pulled back the curtains on Hollywood drama in a way that felt personal and raw. But even at the height of her success, rumors of physical exhaustion, personal stress, and behind-the-scenes battles never fully disappeared. Wendy herself admitted to grappling with health complications, including thyroid disease and Graves' disease. Some in her inner circle noticed that, for all her commanding on-screen presence, she seemed far more fragile off-camera. Still, she pressed on, building an empire that extended beyond television. Over time, she launched product lines, published books, and solidified her role as the go-to voice on celebrity scandals. Hashtag the public signs of trouble. The most infamous public sign that Wendy might be battling more than just everyday stress came when she fainted live on air during a Halloween show. Dressed in costume, she suddenly staggered, widened her eyes, and dropped to the floor. Millions witnessed that shocking moment, and panic rippled through fans across social media. Officially, it was explained as dehydration or an overheating issue, understandable under bright studio lights and a heavy costume. But people close to Wendy whispered that something else was going on. She seemed more distant during production meetings, occasionally slurred her words during broadcasts, and sometimes exhibited an unsteady gait. Gradually, the speculation became impossible to dismiss. Her audience, used to her high-energy banter, began tweeting concerns that Wendy was either overworked or dealing with hidden issues that she tried to mask with bravado. She insisted she was fine, merely juggling a demanding schedule, dealing with thyroid-related complications, and feeling the emotional weight of intense public scrutiny. If there was a bigger issue unfolding, she managed to keep it mostly under wraps. Hashtag Katt Williams and the Hollywood machine enter Katt Williams. The outspoken comedian, known for exposing what he calls the hidden machinery of the entertainment business, hinted that he wasn't surprised by Wendy's health setbacks. The industry, he has claimed, can push people to their breaking point. For a while, fans accepted Wendy's explanations at face value. Yet the rumor mill never quite stopped churning, especially as more bizarre on-air incidents punctuated her show. She sometimes lost track of her train of thought, her eyes appeared unfocused, and producers shuffled commercials or segments unexpectedly, fueling suspicion that Wendy was experiencing more than fatigue. That's when documents emerged that changed everything. In a twist that blindsided even her most attentive followers, news broke that Wendy was placed under legal guardianship, much like other celebrities who had faced restrictive conservatorship or similar arrangements. A respected financial institution, Wells Fargo, was involved, pushing for guardianship proceedings after raising concerns about the management of her accounts. #, the guardianship controversy court documents painted a bleak picture of Wendy's mental and physical state. According to statements from her appointed guardian, Wendy was described as someone struggling with significant cognitive challenges, possibly unable to make sound decisions for herself. This was a far cry from the confident, sharp-tongued host who once asked celebrities the questions no one else dared. Wendy's reaction was swift and forceful. She publicly contested the guardianship, claiming she had no idea where her money was going and no control over basic aspects of her day-to-day life. In one recorded moment, she even stood in what appeared to be a small, clinical living space, lamenting that she couldn't leave or even communicate freely. It was a shocking revelation. The queen of daytime talk was effectively under lock and key. This stark contrast, Wendy as the ultimate boss lady figure versus Wendy as a legally restricted individual, sparked an outcry among her fans. Hashtags referencing her freedom proliferated, with people drawing parallels to other high-profile guardianship controversies. Suddenly, it seemed as if Wendy's success and fortune were being used against her, fueling theories that certain parties were motivated by profit rather than genuine concern. That's precisely where Katt Williams's alleged remarks gained traction. He's been known to accuse Hollywood of punishing those who step out of line, and according to rumors, he told Theo that Wendy's predicament exemplifies how an industry can turn against someone once they're seen as more of a liability than an asset. #, family struggles and financial turmoil, but the drama only intensified when Wendy's own family tensions came into play. Her only child, Kevin Hunter Jr., largely stayed out of the public eye until his mother's life took a drastic turn. Suddenly, he became a central figure, one of the few who seemed genuinely concerned about Wendy's well-being. He spoke out against the guardianship arrangement, insisting that his mother was not receiving the respect or autonomy she deserved. Reports surfaced that he had been trying to reach her, only to be restricted or outright denied contact. He claimed that certain people around Wendy were exploiting her fame and fortune. Meanwhile, other family members and past associates provided conflicting accounts. Some believed the guardianship was necessary given Wendy's reported vulnerabilities. Others sided with Kevin Jr., arguing that powerful interests were controlling Wendy, taking advantage of her weakened state to secure lucrative deals in her name. It wasn't just about emotional support. Wendy's finances were at the heart of the debate. According to Kevin Jr., his mother, at full capacity, would never have sanctioned certain financial moves. He suspected foul play. Then came her ex-husband's legal battles, adding another layer to an already convoluted situation. For 2 decades, Kevin Hunter Sr. was more than Wendy's spouse. He was her manager and business partner. But once his infidelity became public knowledge, everything unraveled, leading to a high-profile divorce. When her show ended and her income streams changed, his alimony payment stopped. He demanded more money, reigniting public scrutiny. #, the fight for answers now. The question remains, is Wendy's guardianship truly about her well-being, or is it another example of Hollywood power players controlling a high-profile figure's fortune and fate? The battle for answers continues.